Good evening. Welcome to the Seekers podcast for October. It's 26th, 2025. I'm your host, Wendell Hurricane Burrows, and your co-host is Neil Huff. And we're going to just discuss all the Bigfoot topics, any kind of cryptid topic, really. But we're glad you could join us. If you got any questions, post them over on the side and we'll pop them up on the screen. I'll just let everybody introduce yourself. Like I said, I'm Wendell Hurricane Burris. I'm from the central Arkansas area, north of Conway and south of Clinton. And I do most of my research along the Catherine Creek. And we'll just go around clockwise and let everybody introduce yourself. You're next, Dale.
I'm Dale Bullock. I'm from Heber Springs, Arkansas, North Central. I do most of my research with Wendell and Neil on the screen here. Sometimes with BC. Uh, should be a good show tonight. Hopefully.
It will be, yeah. Barry?
There's Mom.
There's Mom. Where's Barry go? Oh, there's Barry. Oh, some reason we can't hear him. There we go. Try it now, Barry.
He's got his mic turned off.
Says you got your mic turned off, Barry.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
This is Barry Robinson and my mother. We're in Keelat, Kentucky, which is north central Kentucky.
All right.
Still there, Neil?
Neil, your turn.
My name is Neil Huff. I am from Cass, Arkansas, which would be the northern part of Franklin County. Uh, Glad to be on here. I feel like I've dropped the ball in the last couple of episodes. I really wasn't able around to get on here, so I'm definitely glad to be here on tonight. Got a lot to talk about.
Sure enough. All right, BC.
BC Davis. I'm in the town of Bald Knob, Arkansas. It's an actual place. My area of focus here is northeastern and central White County, Arkansas.
Awesome. We'll just jump into the topic. That way we might not lose.
So we can both be on the thing at one time.
We've had several bear attacks or the strange animal. We've had two different mountain lions be killed. One got hit by a car, and they found one in Sillamore that was dead, but they letting it out. It had a broke neck. Right down from our area.
Really?
Dale. Yeah.
Know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
It had a broken neck.
Yeah.
Huh.
No other damage or visible anything to it, but it was thin. They said a little malnourished, but it had a broken neck. So.
Yeah, something broke its neck.
Uh-huh. So anyway, Neil, you want to inform us, our viewers, in on the bear attacks and everything that you've heard over there?
Yes, we actually had a bear attack within the last month, maybe a little bit longer than a month. I can't give you the exact date. Unfortunately, the victim did not survive. He passed because of his injuries. They were pretty intense injuries. But here's what we got. What we're facing is these bears, for some reason, are not scared of humans where they normally would be. And I don't know if they're just so many that they're starving or what's going on, but they're definitely putting everybody on high alert up here. Newton County, which is the next county northeast, 2 counties away. I'm sorry, 2 counties away. Uh, they had some situations with some bears. I'm not for sure on the story of that. I do know that up here, it's actually where the attack happened was one canyon away on top of a mountain called Mulberry Mountain Lodge, but that is directly to the north of where our research areas are. Now, I will say this before I lose signal. This place where this bear attack happened at is the same mountain that Matthew Potts went missing on. I'm going to throw that out there. So y'all guys can have an interesting conversation for sure tonight.
And Matthew Potts, is that the one that had the side by side incident,
Okay,
or
in reference to that, I don't know if he was connected to the side by side or not. I personally myself found a side by side that was wrecked in a totally different location than where he was supposedly went missing at. I do not know if that was connected or not. It could have been
okay,
anybody. That there is something I have no way of connecting that other than the timeline. All I know is whenever I was out there with game wardens and other people that were questioning me a lot and very in depth because of him missing. Uh, I'm just gonna say that I don't know. It is going to be the same location, but as far as I'm sorry, the same location he went missing, but it's not where the side by side thing is. There was a lot of misunderstanding on the side by side situation. I have no was connected to him. I
right,
just know that I
okay,
found one. Look, while I was out looking for him, I drove a different path, and another person that I had with me and him found it. I went
oh,
back the next morning, and that's when I heard. So that was all. That was all. That was all coincidence. I have nothing for. I have no proof that that's connected.
okay. Well, he's the one that was from Texas, right?
He was from the same place that. What was his name? The guy that wore the blue jean cut. Well, anyway, he was the one that acted like he didn't know who Matthew Potts was whenever he was there. Because I tried. It
Lo-
was they come up here. Are you there,
yeah, Logan Kraft is his name,
Logan?
Logan,
Yeah,
and
Logan Kraft. Logan Kraft acting like he didn't know who he was on the phone, and then I just let the police deal with it from there, and I have never heard another word about it.
hmm, all right. Interesting, all that's happened in the same area, though.
Yeah, I have drove on
Close.
that mountain. There's lots of tree structures, tree bends. There's all kinds of stuff on that mountain, boulder fields, all kinds of stuff. Uh, it's just, I mean, it's big ground. There's a lot of national forest, a lot of deep woods, deep canyons, deep hollers. I mean, places people don't go.
That kind of starts wheels rolling in my brain. And when we had the investigation with Paul Bunn and Michelle Bunn, I think it was her name, and that fight occurred on the
Yeah,
mountainside there. That possibly, instead of being two squatch, could have been a bear and a squatch, or I know it wasn't just a bear because we heard the whoops and everything beforehand, and then all of a sudden it just all kind of commotion went. And since that incident, Area Two ain't been the same, but also in Area Two they had burned it, so something kind of changed the dynamics. In the last two investigations while we were there, we only found well, I can't think of his name now. Out of Texas, he come and did one, and didn't have a lot of activity. But we've only seen 2 different size tracks in the area too in our last 2 investigations. So it's like something run either the main clan out of there or something. But it's odd that all that's happening within a mile of our area too. Well, we lost Dale. He was driving. He said he might, but they've been other attacks in that area of bears, or supposedly bears, and they're like 15, 20 miles apart, but that ain't too far for something to travel. But the one bear that attacked the guy, they killed it. But if it's the same bear or 2 other bears that did the other attacks, so we know it wasn't the one they killed. So there's a different bear that's gone crazy too. Well, what kind of any activity that anybody's had around their area? We've here they've been a sighting of I would say it's either a juvenile or either a female or just a smaller squatch. It's about 6 foot tall and it's lengthy and skinny and it's light gray to white. And they seen it up in the area where we go, Dale, here on the Catherine. Then they've seen it on the south part of the Catherine Creek on the south side of the bridge over there. There's been 3 eyewitness sightings of it within a month.
How we doing?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And the size and the way that the track size that they said is about 13 to 14 inches and about 7 inches wide. So, like I said, it's either a juvenile that's that color or either an older one and a female that's that color. But it's a gray to almost white depending on what light you're in.
Yeah. Kind of more like a juvenile to me.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was saying. But being that color, it stands out. You know, up till now the leaves are falling. It's the wintertime, it'd be pretty good. But you're against green leaves, that stands out pretty good. No wonder people are seeing it.
Yeah.
Anybody else had any activity? I know Dale's had some, or something's been going on.
Yeah, something. I don't know what it was. We had about 5 nights there that it was something was slamming the side of the house and beating on the windows, and it was it's pretty hairy there for a while. I think actually we got part of that on our last podcast where something was beating on the air conditioner out here beside me, and I went outside, tried to confront it with my weapon and everything else, and it just, I don't know, it just keeps hanging on. I had not a word, not a sound for the last 2 or 3 nights, thank goodness. But it's been hanging around here lately. I don't know why it's reared up. It's mad about something. I don't know what it is, or it's just juveniles playing. I'm not sure which. But
yeah, maybe just bored.
Yeah, makes it really hard to sleep when it goes on from 2 o'clock in the morning all the way to daylight. You know, before it goes away.
Right. All right, Barry, have you had any activity around?
We've had a few knocks and thumps and bumps. Real funny smells come around a few times at night. Something outside, you can smell it in the house. Don't quite smell like a skunk. Smells like a skunk and bad water or something combined. I smelled that out by the barn, by the gate one night. Then one night we had a light. I was taking the trash out. I just happened to glance out towards the gate, and there was a light bobbing along the side of the road. About the time I looked at it, it took off down over the hillside. So I don't know if that was a prowler or something else. It looked like about the size of be a headlamp or something like that, but it was probably 6 or 7 foot off the ground. So I don't know what that was.
No telling. I've seen ball lightning do that, but it just bounce around. Usually it'll hit somewhere and it spark, but might have been a prowler. Who knows? It's something
If he
pretty
took down
interesting.
over that hill into them woods in the middle of the night, he's a braver man than me. He might regret it before morning comes around.
Yeah. I don't. I had never heard. Oh, I've heard of lights and orbs being around some Bigfoots and everything, but I've never heard of using any kind of light though. That'd be interesting. I'll research that. See if anybody's ever said they seen him with some kind of light or anything like that. That'd be pretty cool.
Well, I guess this could have been what some people call an orb. I don't know. Like I said, it was just a little round light.
Well, about that night, I thought I heard something fall on the house.
Yeah, there was one night Mom thought she heard something fall on the house. About like Dale talked, you get up, go outside, you can't find a thing.
Right.
It's weird.
All right, BC, what you got going on?
Oh boy, not a whole lot. I did see something behind the house in the woods that was white, but I couldn't tell you what it was. It was there, then it wasn't. I mean, maybe it was a cat, maybe it was just, but I know that about roughly a mile from here, and it's been 3 years ago this month, there was a white Sasquatch spotted. And that one had, I think, 3 or 4 witnesses. But again, I can't tell you what it was, but it was just there, and then it was gone.
Awesome. Robert, the guy that we met at the Arkansas Bigfoot cartel, and we give him Robert's number because he lives over there close to y'all. His name's Tommy Bird. He's been having some pretty good evidence and stuff around, been going out, him and Robert, and he's been sending it to me. That'd be pretty cool to check in with him. I'm gonna start see if it's all right with him to start posting some of his findings that they're finding on the cartel and everything. I don't want to give his location away, but to be a beginner into Bigfoot, and it's quite interesting stuff he's finding. And we've been talking in a lot of stuff he'll find it, and we're looking at something over here, but somebody else will in the picture will say, "Hey, that's a Bigfoot there." You know, they get into that when they blow the picture up and they see something. I told him I wouldn't put a whole lot of emphasis on that, but you never know what can be there. But once you go blowing pictures up, you get into the realm of that work. What's that word, Barry? Where you look at something, it starts with a P.
Pareidolia.
Yeah, pareidolia. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. But he has found a lot of good structures and found some tracks and found one spot that it's all boneyard and it's different animals that's been brought there and gnawed on. So, and they're bigger animals than it would either be a large cat or something like that, or a Bigfoot or a bear that's bringing stuff there. I told him be careful either way. They could eat that'd be dangerous.
There's been a lot of cats spotted lately around here. I tell you what. So
yeah, and they wasn't even supposed to be in Arkansas several years ago.
Yeah, been enough of them.
The one that was killed by a car, they did a DNA somehow or another, and it come from the Rocky Mountains. They can link it back all the way to a cat that was collared there in the Rocky Mountains in the 60s. So how'd it get here? I mean, it's its offspring, but they either traveled a long way or somebody brought it and let it go, or somewhere along the lines.
Well, down there in Florida, them bears is down in there.
Do what?
Down there in Florida, they said they seen a whole bunch of bears down there.
Yeah, they got black bear in Florida.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Mom would like us to know that we got black bear in Florida.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know
Mom wanted to point that out.
Huh.
I told it on the news.
I don't listen to the news.
That's a
That's
long
what
way.
I
Yeah,
said.
I hadn't heard that, but they could travel there just like the cats traveled here. Well,
Well,
we could. Have you seen any of the stuff about the 3-1 Atlas or 3-eye Atlas that's supposed to be here in November?
Yeah, I've been looking at a little bit of that. I don't know how much I believe. I don't know.
I don't know,
A few of them
but
getting
this
bit
week
crazy,
they
but-
scrambled and they're going to spend $35 million to send a rocket to intercept it. And NASA, this is official NASA post that they're scrambling. With 2 weeks, they're going to build a rocket. You know how long it takes NASA? So something must be up if they're going to do that and send it off. And it's not on Facebook. This is actually go on Google and go to the NASA site, and they're talking about they're going to send a rocket to intercept it and study it.
Study it.
Yeah. So if it gets up there and all, well, we won't hear about it anyway. If that rocket gets up there and then something disintegrates it, we ain't gonna hear about it. They're gonna keep it hush hush. But
Yeah,
that's a lot of money to hurry up and spend in 2 weeks just to go up there to study it.
Well, that ain't nothing to waste for our government.
Oh yeah, that's true too. But
That's 2 drops of 2 tears in a bucket.
yeah.
But
yeah. I was looking at something the other day. It's talking about there was some kind of signal they had intercepted coming from it or something. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. Don't know.
Yeah. And it sped up, it slowed down, and changed directions more than 35 degrees. So, Comet don't normally do that. So,
No, not hardly.
So I don't
Like I say,
know.
though, whatever it is, we won't hear about it. They'll keep
We
it
won't
hush
hear
hush.
about it.
I'm convinced aliens are demons, so it could be part of the Great Deception. They show up, try to claim that they are the gods, or there are no gods, or then you have some humans step forward to be the go-between between us and them. There's the Antichrist.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be here in November 21st, unless it speeds up or slows down.
Well, I thought I read something about it flew into the sun or around the sun or something. And then there's supposed to be another one 100 times bigger than it that just entered the solar system.
Yeah. And following it, they're straight. Yeah. That one, the AI-3 Atlas, is 3 miles thick, a mile wide, and 9 miles long. What they've estimated. And the Hubble Space Telescope, why they won't post pictures of it, that's another thing. They've got pictures of it, but they won't post them.
Well, if it gets much closer that big, you'd think amateur astrologists would start seeing it.
Yep. After next week. Yeah, the 7th of November is when any of the other telescopes will start being. And it you know how comets have a tail behind them? This one don't have a tail behind it, but it's out to either side, and it changes colors from like an orange to a green.
Oh.
So, in other words, a comet usually just has a long, elected tail, and kind of oval. This is out to either side like this. So it might
You'll have to get us a couple of barbecue grills going up and running, and I'll pull that big old telescope out of my closet in there, and we'll set that puppy up and have us a party.
All right, yeah, that sounds good. After November 7th, it'll be visible.
That thing's big enough that you can put it on the moon, and you have to keep trailing it because it's such a magnification on the moon that the moon moves out of its way just like that. But you can take it over here and look and get down in that valley, and you can see all the big boulders and stuff going by. So it's got some pretty good magnification to it. It's a lot of fun. Use it too long, you can't see anything though. Blind you.
We'll definitely have to do that.
If it is aliens, I got my rusty crowbar leaning against the door. I'll greet them. I'll smack the stupid off of them and give them tetanus at the same time.
Yep. Oh, I hadn't got to tell you, Dale, but Arkansas Bigfoot cartel and the Falkner Bigfoot investigation all rolled in one in Arkansas, boys. It's going to be in Little Rock, June 6th. At the
June what?
June 6th, if we survive the AI Atlas in November. Matthew Orton's hosting a Bigfoot conference, and it's going to be there. And he's got several speakers from all around Arkansas that's going to be there, and he invited us to be there. And I said, yeah, we'll be there, or I will. I'm sure Dale will, maybe Neil will. He's still working on all the arrangements, but you'll be seeing posts about it and everything. It's at Old Bart's in Little Rock, but I'm not exactly sure where that is. He'll post it, all the directions and everything. Old Bart's Pub and Grill. Pretty big place, he says. He said it'd be plenty of parking and everything. So.
Sweet.
Y'all's bear attack reminds me they had that woman up here. I forget what county it was here in Kentucky. Got attacked supposedly by dogs and killed. Come to find out, there'd been another woman in the same area supposed to be killed by dogs, and the woman's daughter and another guy said something about two-legged dogs, or they know no dog killed her. So they were kind of implied that they was covering something up.
Yeah. I kind of feel that way about these two, but Neil is firm about the one that was there by their fire department was definitely a bear.
Is that the one he's talking about pulling him off his tractor?
Yeah. So I don't know why for all the years, and then all of a sudden the bears go crazy one year. There's been 3 attacks there within 20 miles of each other.
Almost 4.
Almost 4, yeah.
Yeah, that one came right by me the other day, or a couple of weeks ago.
Well, it ain't just the bears. The whole animal kingdom's going crazy.
Yeah.
They had the squirrels, the rabbits, and the deer have all got diseases where we can't eat them. And then up there around Alaska and all up in there, the killer whales are going nuts attacking ships.
Huh. I hadn't heard nothing about that.
That was back during last summer, I think that was going on.
Oh, yeah. Well, you better watch out, BC. All the weird stuff ends up at Ball Knob, so it sounds like
Yeah.
There's plenty to go around, seems like.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that old Charlie Daniels song, Legend of Buggy, or something Swamp. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's on our Oh, it's on our
Legend of
introduction,
Okie Pop or something like that.
something like that. But it's on our introduction on our Arkansas Boy movies. I'll have to look it up.
I just remember that line says about it. Says there's things out there make a strong man die of fright.
Yep.
Yeah, Legend of Woolly Swamp by Charlie Daniels.
Yeah.
That's it.
Got a comment that's on the Arkansas Boy page, an email comment, says all the strange activities, not just in Arkansas, it's been all around the country. Do you think there's a connection, something that's possibly irritating the animals or the squatch or anything like that? Well, back to maybe they're hearing that signal from Three Eye Atlas.
Gonna get their shot in before it's over.
Yeah.
Well, one strange thing I did hear from a cousin of mine that he told me about 3 or 4 months ago that he had woke up and he was trying to like get out of bed, and it's like something was sitting on him or holding him down, and he couldn't get up. Now I've heard of that, like sleep paralysis, and
Yeah.
some other phenomena connected with that, but that was awful strange.
I have enough trouble getting out of bed. I don't need nothing else sitting on me.
Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this about 2 miles to the west of me. I had an aunt and uncle. They're both passed away, and the uncle passed away here a couple of years ago. Well, last year, his daughter, who's my cousin, and another cousin of mine, they went out there to clean the house because I was getting ready to sell it, and they heard screams and loud voices. She said they were so loud she couldn't make out what they said, what they were saying, and she got the heck out of there. But the one that grew up there went back in there and kept cleaning. I don't know how she found the courage to do that, but I'd still been running if that were me. I kid you not. I mean, without saying too much, yeah, I think there were some strange things that had went on there. So I don't know, but that right there is just, I think riding around with somebody once, we drove past there. I wouldn't even look at the house. I was just afraid something or one of them be looking back at me. I'm like, nah, I ain't doing that.
Right. I
They
don't
say
blame you.
there's 6 tokens.
What?
Such things as what they call tokens. It's symbols or things that have been seen or heard. But it's supposed to be called a token. It's like I don't know, like a ghost or somebody haunting or something like that.
Y'all catch all that?
I didn't hear all of it.
There.
The old saying is that things like that happen, down the road or up the road or whatever, but before and after, that there's such a
Yeah.
thing as a token, what they call a token. It's a sign of some kind
Right.
that's warning you that something's going to happen or has happened in the past or whatever. It's an old time saying. I don't know if it's true or not, but I've heard many old persons say it, talk about it. In fact, I've heard my daddy and mom both talk about it.
Huh. Well, this is interesting. This is a what's happened in Harrison Post. It talks about the 2 bear attacks, and the guy that was killed. It says that the wildlife officers tracked down and put down the bear believed to be responsible for the attack today, then killed. but the DNA results after the bear was killed and everything was tested, it was the wrong bear. He didn't have no human remains in the stomach.
Huh.
So
was that the bald headed looking bear that they first killed?
Yeah,
the
first one. Supposedly the one Neil's talking about that was killed because it attacked a guy and pulled him off the tractor. Well, after they got it and tested it, it had no DNA of the man that was on there.
Oh.
Huh.
Well, when I first saw that article about did they kill that bear up toward Missouri somewhere or something? It's something about they'd killed the bear that did some attack. I can't remember, but that bear that they showed in that picture had kind of a white looking head. Yeah. That bear that ran by me up there that day had a white looking head just like that.
Huh.
And I was like, oh, I wonder if it was the same bear, because it definitely had almost looked like it had a bleached head or something on it. It's white color.
Right. Might have been. That was a 72-year-old man, so he was probably kind of frail, but the bear itself that they killed was 70 pounds.
Really?
And that's the bear that killed the man.
That's a baby.
That's a little bear.
Yeah. Something, I don't know, something don't add up to all that to me.
No.
But that's a news report.
Well, now that when you all said I seen the pictures about that call.
We don't know what that was. They're saying this was a bear.
Well, I can't say what to do. I don't know.
Says these are the first confirmed fatal bear attacks in Arkansas in more than 130 years. And then you've got 2 fatal here. And then 2 more near attacks, maybe more with Dale's attack. There are probably more of them out there if it's a bear.
Well, that one that came by the front of my truck that day, that was a big old bear. That's one of the biggest black bear I've ever seen around here. That scared me. I didn't know what it was coming at me at first. And it just run right on by me like it didn't even see me. It come within a couple feet of me.
I was going to say, going back to the internet questionnaire, it says in the Bible before the end of time, it'll be like the days of Noah before the flood, when there was a lot of things around that wasn't after the flood. It'll be back. Not just giants. There's probably a lot of animals and stuff that wasn't around.
Yeah, I imagine.
I don't think that he's like these things he needs. You know.
Where'd everybody go?
That's what I was saying. I can hear everybody, but I can't see nobody.
Same
That's
here.
me. I don't see nobody.
Huh? We must have been talking about too sensitive a subject.
Well, I don't know. Here we are.
There we are.
There's Dale. Dale's the only one I see.
I see you, Barry.
There's Wendy. Okay. We're all in a row up and down instead of
Yeah.
good square.
What's going on with that?
Something's still taking up the screen there, evidently. There we go.
Oh, there it is.
I figured it out.
Oh yeah, we had a the electric company putting 2 new poles up, and Mom asked them if we needed to move my little metal Bigfoot we got out in the yard. And they said, no, but you see that guy up there on the pole? He's terrified of Bigfoot. I told Mom, that tells me he's seen something.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't going to be terrified of something like Bigfoot unless you saw something.
That's it, yeah. And you know them linemen are out all different hours and in different spots, so yeah, they're prone to be able to see something like that.
Yep.
There ever been any more reports down there? You know, there last summer there was them guys putting that highline wire through the woods. They kept seeing them in the middle of the day. You heard
Down by
anything more?
Enola?
Yeah. Heard any more from down around there?
There's a guy posting on he's from down there. Between Enola and Valonia, he's been having activity and everything, and that's the same deal within 10 miles of where them light poles was at. So I posted it. I think it was on the cartel. I said, yeah, they move up and down the Cadron. If you ever need any help or anything, contact us and we'll plan a time to come down there and investigate with you. But yeah, that was within a month. He was posting about activity on the cartel down north of Valonia.
Yeah, that old boy I talked to that time up there. I went up to buy a welder from him, and I asked him about it. He said, "Oh yeah," he said, "that's right up the road up here." Said that Highline crew seen them coming by in the middle of the day while they was working, just walking back and forth across there.
Yeah,
broad daylight.
And they had to been around there because Tony Maddox. That's the second thing that he talked to me about was in that area that year, which has been probably 3 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. It wasn't the actual Highline crew, but it was the ones that was trimming the brush along the Highline wires that saw them then. But then last year when you went to that welder or by it, they was having reports again. So that's a steady repeat. Within 3 years, we've had 2 different reports there. So they got to be staying in the area. And now this guy, he's close to it there. So I hope he contacts me.
I've been seeing more and more and more of those articles and stories about giants in America and all that. And I saw recently several shows about it, about the Nephilim, and that whole connection. And I'm like, there's got to be something to that because I've seen so many things here lately just on that subject. And I don't know if it's because I'm actually searching for them now, is where I'm finding so many, but there's some pretty interesting shows out there right now.
Oh, yeah. And then
go ahead.
I was just going to say that all filters down to what I've been saying all along about Esau being the descendant of at least one type of the Bigfoot. And as because they got part Nephilim blood in them through the wives that was giants. Also, the red-haired giants would be like a cousin to them because they're through one of the wives. So who knows? But I definitely believe that it's been covered up because there are too many traces of giants being found and skeletons being found in the 1900s. You look at the news articles and over in different spots. 7 of them was found in the mounds, Toltec mounds.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, there's 7 of the giants found in what would have been a pyramid here in America.
Yeah.
Wherever the Toltec mounds are.
It seems like there's been more and more reports coming out of soldiers that aren't supposed to tell about it and everything from around Afghanistan and some of those places. Seeing actual great big giants hanging out with the enemy, just kind of, and they painting their goats and stuff orange to let the red-headed giants know which goats they can have and which ones they can't and stuff like that. It's a pretty interesting article.
Pretty interesting, yeah.
Soldiers that actually see them on night vision and everything, is seeing some huge whatever standing in the camp with them and just sitting around their campfires with them and everything.
I was telling Mom the other day, it's getting where everywhere you look, it's Bigfoot this, Bigfoot that. T-shirts, hats, stickers, flags, truck decals. I told her it's almost like the whole alien and UFO thing last year where they built up to it and built up to it and built up to it, getting everybody used to it. Then they come out and say, yeah, they're real. I said, I'm almost starting to think we're getting ready to do that with Bigfoot. Because we was, what got me on the subject, there was a guy at Walmart we saw had a Smoky Mountain t-shirt on. Well, guess what was going up the side of the mountain on the back of the t-shirt? A Bigfoot. For a Smoky Mountain t-shirt.
Right.
I said, I almost think we're getting ready to have another disclosure or whatever you want to call it.
Right, yeah. And most people don't even know about it now, about the government saying, yeah, UAPs exist. We don't know what they are. We've tracked them. We've videotaped them. And they officially come out and said it. And then it just kind of went through. Just nobody reported it on the modern news.
Well, I think a lot of people just kind of shrugged and said, tell us something we don't know.
Yeah.
And the other half of people went in one ear and out the other.
I believe a lot of the UFOs is our earthly homegrown stuff that people's not talking about or are allowed to know. But where did we get that technology from? That's the question. What, like Roswell, where one crashed and they retro designed everything and figured stuff out to rebuild it. I believe a lot of the UFO activity is that, but not all of it. And I agree with you, Barry. The aliens or whatever would come in that would be part of them would be demons.
Yep.
Now you get into the Ezekiel and the heavenly car and the angel that.
I didn't hear what.
Sound like something knocking on something.
I didn't hear it. Mom said she heard something outside knocking.
Oh.
Apparently both of you couldn't hear it either.
That's when we go to discussing stuff starts happening.
Mm-hmm. If Bo Stevens heard it, he'd be ripped smooth and ready to go get it.
Yeah. That's good, though.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I heard something out there selling some smoking on the deck.
Well,
Ain't nothing unusual.
no. Like I said, the only unusual thing is when you go out there and you can't find what it was that was doing it.
Right. Well, I'm ready for the leaves to get off and well, for hunting season, gun season to come and go. Maybe I get a deer, but after that, get back into doing some Bigfooting when we can get out and if weather cooperate with us, give us some halfway decent days during December and January. We get back out there. I want to get back over here to Catter and do a better investigation there, maybe a night investigation camp down there by the creek and listen to what we hear.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about down there. They don't want you to kill these deers up there so they had a disease.
Yeah, they don't want you to kill the deers up here. They got that. Can't remember what it's.
Some kind of
disease.
Chronic
Some
question.
kind of disease they don't want you to kill them.
Yeah, wasting or something disease. And then, like I said, the squirrels have got some kind of growth growing on or something, and the rabbits do too. All they're doing is I believe they're trying to kill off the food population, so you have to depend on them for something to eat.
That's true, yeah.
Well, if you listen to anything what's his name? He's got that show, Campfire. Oh gosh, he's a big bow hunter. Hangs out with Fred Bear all the time.
Ted Nugent.
Ted Nugent.
Yeah. Uncle Ted.
Ted Nugent. He says they can say that all they want. He says I hunt deer all the time, and you just don't never see it. He said they trying to make it out to be something real big. He said don't know why, but it's not right. It's not true.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I've seen it on moose before, but not deer.
Like Barry said, it's all about control. They don't want you to eat that, but they'll feed you the stuff that's got all kinds of chemicals in it.
They don't want you to be self-sufficient in any way, shape, fashion, or form.
Yeah, they want you to be dependent on them.
I was saying the same thing to Mom about the leaves coming down, the green falling. And most importantly, it's going to get cold enough to have a couple good frosts. All the snakes will go underground.
Yeah. Yeah, Wednesday here.
That's what I'm waiting on.
High Wednesday here is supposed to be 49.
I think we're supposed to be in about the mid to upper 50s. It's supposed to get down cold enough to frost at night.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Boy.
I'll tell you a good one on Mom. She ain't afraid of Bigfoot, but let a granddaddy long leg or a praying mantis come along.
Here's those, huh?
I've seen her try to climb ladders and ain't there.
Well, I walked right through a big old orb weaver spider nest web out there on my deck yesterday. I just walked down the steps, walked right through that thing. I turned into a ninja. Ah, that thing off my face. Man, I hate spiders.
Me too. I've been bitten twice by brown recruits. Both times I thought my leg was going to fall off.
Yeah, it's about the only spider around here you really got to worry about some brown recruits.
Yep. I'm ready for cooler weather and everything. Well, it's been a pretty good show. We're down to 3 minutes. Y'all got any topics you want to bring up real quick, or anybody got any questions they want to ask us? We'll be willing to answer them, or try to. got an internet email question again. It says, which do you think there's more activity with Squatch in the either summer or winter months? I think it's both. It's from now through fall, all the way through in December is a good time for activity because it's cooling off and they can move around. And then if you get an activity in January, February, March, it's because they're hunting for food because the food has gotten short, scarce. And then in the summer, they were moving around trying to find someplace cool. So just depends on the areas. Actually, I mean, any time would be a good time to see a squatch.
Yeah,
I would say the fall. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that just kind of depends too. I think on you're talking about the squatch. I mean, you have to have sightings before you know there's a squatch. So people that's out camping, going to see them. People that's out hunting, going to see them.
Yeah.
You know, if there's nobody out there, there's nobody going to know there is one. So I think that's a whole lot of that too. I kind of think they're pretty steady all year round. It's just our relationship with them that causes us to see them.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I agree with that totally. And just like with anything else, if there's a human activity out there in the area, that most of the time, most of the squatch is going to move out of that area. Just like if you go a spot where you're deer hunting and you start being in there all the time, they ain't gonna be there.
I agree. I was going to say during the summer it's harder to see them, but there's more people to see them. During the winter it's easier to see them, but there's fewer people out there to see them.
Yeah.
So 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Yeah, I agree. Now, BC over at Ball Knob, it's it's all time. It just comes as their, like he says, it's corridor for all the activity. So depends on when something's moving around. That's when they see stuff over there.
Well, Larry, who was with us in November here 3 years ago,
Yeah.
no, he's mentioned seeing orbs over his house several times and hearing strange noises coming from the railroad tracks. And the railroad tracks, like I said, that's been dogman sightings along those tracks. So, who knows?
Right. And in South Arkansas, I didn't really hear anything about it until I was talking to the William Lunsford that was on our here, and he was talking about like we was talking about the gargoyle and I forgot what the other deal.
Leprechaun or gnome or something.
Now the gnome,
Gugwee or Gagwire.
Gugwee.
Yeah. Now them bad. I think that's one on your mountain. The one with the foot that's turned out the wrong way.
Yeah.
I think that's a gungwee. Yeah, I really do. But anyway, that's a side story.
Got an attitude.
They got
Wendell, you had a chance to
do what?
Okay. Wendell, you had a chance to ask him about those pictures I asked you about the other day?
I messaged him, but he hadn't got back with me yet. I'm gonna have to call him, I guess. Robert said that he don't see his messages a lot, so I'm gonna have to call him.
I would like to see those. I definitely would like to get a look at those.
Yeah. The gnome looking thing, they call them Pedgewees or Pidgewees.
Puckwudgies.
Yeah. In my personal opinion, I believe that's a dwarf Bigfoot. I really do. Man, there's several things that I can pull up and say that. It's just like us. we have dwarfism that's in our genes ever so often, and I believe that is exactly what they are. But all right.
Yeah, I was talking about dwarfs. I was just going to show you.
You gonna get in trouble, Barry?
No, not me.
Well, it's
Like I
been
tell
good.
people every now and then, hold my halo and watch this.
Oh yeah. All right, we're past our hour deal. I'm gonna let everybody say their closing comments, and we're gonna sign off here. It's been a good show. Had several viewers that's been watching it, and thank y'all for being here, and thank Neil for joining in. And we'll going to be looking for in November around the 23rd. We'll be doing another podcast. Maybe I'll have more information on the June 6th Bigfoot conference. It's all cryptid. It's not just Bigfoot. It's a cryptid conference. So there'll be several different kinds of stuff. But we're invited to it and going to be there. So I'll just let y'all go start with Dale and go around clockwise and say your closing comments.
Well, guys, it's been a good show tonight. I've enjoyed it. Hope y'all stay safe over the next month or so, or until the next podcast. Hope to see y'all again then. God bless y'all. Take care of yourselves. See you next time.
Who's up?
It's your turn, Rick.
God bless everybody. Have a good one. Stay safe. If you see something, say something. Do you want to say anything? Do you want to say goodbye? Or?
Oh, everybody have a good week and a good month. Be careful in what you're doing. Watch your back. Thank you.
Yeah, good to see you. Glad you're doing good, Mom.
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah. Awesome. All right, BC.
Well, everybody have a good one. Have a safe Halloween, and keep your head on a swivel. God bless everyone, and may the good Lord watch over us and all till we get together next month.
That's right. I'm glad you brought that up too, BC. To help fund Bigfoot, our Bigfoot investigations and around, we got the Folklore haunted slaughterhouse that's going. It's a haunted house. It's based in Graysville, Arkansas, and it's different than a lot of haunted houses. Like I said, we got the Bigfoot that's running around in the woods all the time. Maybe two of them if you count me, but it's Christian based. When you first go in, we tell you all the plan of salvation, and then you need to accept Jesus before you go in because you're fixing to die in there. So it's pretty good. And anyway, the proceeds go to help fund Bigfoot research, and if you get a chance, stop by. And it's at 329 Tilly Lane, Graysville, Arkansas. That's it. Everybody, God bless. Y'all have a good month, and we'll see you next month around Thanksgiving time, around the 23rd. And if you, as always, if you have any activity, either Facebook me or email the Arkansas Boys at gmail.com. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Hey, y'all.
See y'all later.
Be good, y'all.